Welcome to 4 Cities, the all DLC, no mod version of Silver Shores. 4 Cities is the battle between one man and the artificial intelligence behind the game City Skylines. We build the city, the robots live in the city, and then we destroy the city. This is where it gets interesting, as we observe the reactive behavior of artificial intelligence to environments, supply chains, and authoritarian directives. Through this exercise, we collectively learn about the future of humans in a world dominated by robots and AI. The motivations and actions of those in control will always be in question. Hello everybody, I'm the king of 4 Cities, 421. It's great to have you. Today, we are going to enhance and make our transportation system more efficient. At the heart of the game really is traffic management, robot management. That's with roads, public transportation systems such as buses and trams and a variety of other things we're utilizing. We're standing right here at the most busy intersection here at Silver Shores. That's what we're going to be fixing today. The first thing we can get on is fixing this little corner here. This is our busiest intersection. In fact, let's look at our views real quick for traffic flow. See all this red? Yeah, that's the heaviest traffic areas of our city. Now, it's tough, but it's not really terrible yet, so we're going to try and enhance this little location a little bit here. We're going to go down here to this one-way street, 2-lane, one-way road with trees, and got to do freeform, and we're going to hook it up about right here. And all we're trying to do is get, let's see, there, and then right there. And then we're also going to do a small little detour, not much, let's go here, and right there, okay? And the idea is some of the traffic that's going through this intersection and making these right turns in here, hopefully they'll take this little detour and go this way and this way. The other thing we should take a look at is pedestrian walkways. Now, you'll find these under landscaping, and there's a couple different paths you can use. I actually like the park path with decorations, okay? And the way this starts out is you just pick a spot you want to use, and you can kind of get an idea where the pedestrians are going. What you're trying to do is get them out of these crosswalks. Okay. So let's see if we can do that. Let's try this. And gotta be careful because of where you started. Probably gonna need to go freeform on this. Okay, like that. And let's see if we can pull it out a little bit. And then we want to go over here. It's a little crazy already. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah. So just has to do with the way I angled it there. Let's see if we can do it a different way. It's buried treasures of times past and kingdoms casting stone and memory of magicians and spellcasters, of believers and red wood painted faces. You believe. It's a tough fit here. Maidens in all their splendor move their bodies to the sound of drummers beating away at their cowhide instruments. You can smell the power, can't you? You can gaze upon faces forgotten, food passed around on fresh leaves, kids running amok to disapproving gazes, chasing birds and chasing dreams. Alright, I'm going to show you a little trick here, because when you use pedestrian walkways, as you know, you can make them on the surface. You can also make them taller, okay? But you can also have them go underground. Now, the trick here is to figure out where most of our pedestrians are coming from. And to me, it looks like this corner here. They're either coming down this street or coming from City Hall, something along those lines. We're actually going to put a pedestrian walkway through there. So, what we're going to do is we can switch over to this one. No trees. And this. And what you do is start out, right? Oh, by the way, I would go freeform. Okay, good. Alright, like this, right? Let's take that out. Let's try this again. Now, but go down. Okay. Let's pull out a little bit here. Okay. So now we're underground. Okay. Oh, space already occupied. Too steep. Okay. So let's try this one. What it's saying right there is the street's there, so you can't have it go there. So let's try here. Okay. And then all we have to do is get over here, so to speak. This is where everybody's trying to go. Okay, and then once you get here, you just got to get it to come out again, like that. Oh. Okay, let's try this way. Okay, there. Okay, so that's an underground walkway. It goes from here all the way over to here. And what we're hoping for is it cuts down on all this pedestrian traffic. Because pedestrians crossing these crosswalks slows down all our traffic. And we just put, 4 more in. So let's see if we can make that happen. Okay, let's start the game up again. And let's see if people start using our underground crosswalk. So go down in there. It's a little steep, and careful, there could be a mugger down there, but otherwise it should definitely help. So we'll see. Well, definitely seeing an improvement in this traffic flow here, so hopefully that continues. It's a little tricky coming off the bridge still, but the flow here is so much better, so I think that definitely helped. Alright, let's go take a look at our bus lines. And we've got some goofy bus lines here. So first of all, this didn't exactly work. Watch what happens with this bus here. So it's going to come out, okay, back on the street. It's going to come over to our turnaround little street here. And that just looks goofy. Okay, it really does. And it's going to go ahead and turn around and then go back on its route. So I definitely don't like that. And so what we're going to do to cure this problem is go back to our 2-lane one-way road. Okay. And just pull it down to here. In fact, we definitely want to have straight on this, so switch that up. Okay. And we're just going to do a quick loop around the bus depot here. And that way the buses can turn around and go where they're headed. And we'll wait for this bus to go before I do this. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now watch this blue bus come out. Okay, it's going to come out. Alright, nowhere to go. And now it's just going to do this little loop and then go back out on its run. Okay, just like that. A lot cleaner, looks nicer. It's goofy. Okay, let's go to our bus lines because we've got some screwy ones. Alright, the worst offender here is this blue line. Look at this. Okay, it's all over the place. That is definitely not what we want. Also, it's conflicting with some of our tram lines here, so I think what we're going to do is just ditch this blue line entirely, and you just go in here and say bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, I know. Look at everybody crying about that. Sorry. Okay, so now let's take a look at our pink line. This one's pretty good. It's really loaded up, operating at 100%. However, it doesn't work either, because what it does is it goes way over here to our subdivision known as Cypress Hill. Kind of makes this one little route, and then goes over to the industrial factory and then back. This should really be 2 lines. Okay. And by the way, it's still way out here instead of over at our bus depot. So let's get that moved first of all. I think that's an important thing. So we want to move the... We're just going to put that there for a minute because that's going to get moved too. But let's take this and get it over to our bus depot, and we will drop that right there. Okay. And then we don't need this stop anymore here. I mean, I guess we could keep that one. It's so busy. And then what we need to do is eliminate these stops here, because we're going to put in a new line for that. So we can just take this out, take all these stops out. Okay. And now this is just going to be an exclusive line just for the industrial area. And we're going to add in some stops for that. Okay, so let's start with this one. Pull right there. And then we're going to pull it over here and make a stop in front of the railroad depot. There's people working there. And I think we'll pull it over here to this spot. Okay, there's that. And then how about right there? And the idea is to give everybody access to the bus, both coming and going. So there's 2 ways you can do that. You can do one line with a quick loop, okay, or you can do one line going one direction and another line going another. And I think what we're also going to do is add a stop here to this right there. Look at everybody rushing to the new bus stop. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's a stop there. And maybe we can move that down a little bit. Yeah, let's keep these people running just a bit more. Let's go right there. Okay. And let's see, we got to stop there, and a stop there, and a stop over there. Okay. I think that's pretty good. And we don't want it to stop on this main street here. We want to keep the traffic flow going. And then this goes back around and back to Tram Park, which is what we want. We don't really want this bus stopping anywhere along the way here. We've got one there. Yeah, I guess we can make one more little stop here. And I don't know, where should we do that? It's on that side there. I'm going to say I like to make them really parallel to each other, right next to each other, basically. So let's add a stop right there. Okay. Alright, so that takes care of that line. And I think I'd like to change the color of this one. Okay, this is in the industrial section. And let's brown that up a little. What do you say? The brown line, so to speak. There we go. And then I think we should up the vehicles just a bit. It's a long way over there, and I think there's going to be a lot of people back and forth on that. Okay. And if you look, every one of these buses is operating at capacity in certain areas. So, okay. Then we're going to add another bus line over to Cypress Hill, just so they have access, because they don't have tram lines. They're going to get a train station eventually, but it's not there yet. So, all right, so let's create a new bus line. Okay. Starts there, and it's going to go all the way over here until it gets to this mall right here. Okay. Then it's going to go to, let's see, what's a good spot? Right here. Okay. Then up here. And we're going to kind of go back to the way it was on this other line. Okay. could stop here at the library. And, I don't know, right there maybe. And then that's it. Just all the way back here. And there you go. Okay. So just better coverage over here. One is an industrial line. Okay. The other is more of a residential line through this area. The only thing we don't have is a bus line that goes through this whole area and over to the industrial section. Because some of those people, so right now you would take a bus, what, down to this stop here, and then what? I guess we could add a stop right there, but that gets really complicated just with all the traffic issues. So what happens is people get off the bus there, and then, yeah. So I don't know if I like that. We might need to add another bus just to get some transportation between these two areas. And we'll see how it goes. Let's just... The next bus line we have to look at is this one that kind of heads out to Smokin' Charlie's Fishing Village. And again, this was something we set up early on in the game, and it definitely, you know, as your city grows, you got to adjust these transportation issues. So let's start with this stop here. This is going to freak them out, and we're going to pull this to, you know, now we'll go right to the down here next to the park. I don't know if I want to go right in front of it though. Let's see if we can get it down here a little bit maybe. Yeah. Okay. So move that, because this is all going to be serviced by our tram line soon. And we need to move this. Now this already goes into the bus depot, so we don't need these stops anymore. And I think what we want to do is just make a straight line here. So let's grab this. I'm just going to move this completely. And I think the place to put this is right next to the high school. Just like that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so it looks like this is still here. Or no, let's see. We are part of something beautiful they don't know. Okay, so the way you do this, get that highlighted to see where that line is. Once you select your bus line right, it'll start flashing lightly, so to speak. And what we're trying to figure out is, does it go over here? I think it does. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that could be a different one. Figure out why we're going up that way. Okay. Up this way and then over here. But is it? I don't think it's stopping there. No. Kind of have to follow the arrow. Okay, yep, it's going into the bus depot. So. Okay, a little confusing on this one here. Doesn't really make sense why it's... Oh, I know. It could be because of where... Who made it to the moon? Yeah. The spirits align, the breeze of the monsoon, the sound of throat privilege. Get out of my room. Pull it out of there and see what happens. Always put it back in. Okay. Aha! Well, no. Is that tram or bus? That's a bus. Yep, okay, so this is the one we gotta pull, not that one. No wonder I was confused. And we want this one up here by... Much better, okay. And we can put a stop there, good. Okay, one little connection here to the school. I think we're going to move this one down just a hair, like right there. So that way these two can work together. Okay. Then it's going all the way down here to Smokin' Charlie's Fishing Village, right there. Good. And then it does a little loop over here in this sort of residential area. This is all going to get moved, so just trying to straighten out these bus lines a little bit. Okay. Well, I think that takes care of it. Got a much more efficient bus system now. It's actually working instead of clogging up our streets here. Look at how much better that is. There's still a lot of people there. In fact, let's get in there and up some of these bus lines. Let's see what we got here. Okay, purple, 0 vehicles. Why is that? Because it's brand new. Okay. No? How about this one? 50%. Okay. So we're going to up this up to 100. Or maybe 80. Now we can do 100. Let's get that up to 7 bus on the blue. And I don't know what's up with the purple. Wonder why we're not getting any action on that. Oh, yeah. Alright. So let's go back to the bus depot and see what's going on here. Alright, it's sending out some blue buses. Where's the purple? That's what I want to know. What's going on here?
Yo. I remember when I used to be a kid growing up with grandmother. Gosh, I had drive, my mother was why bother. Fetching water from streams, never thinking of dreams. Playing with other kids, ignorance was my bliss. Fetching wood from the forest.
And we're going to do articulated biofuel bus on this one. Alright, here comes our new bus line, the purple line. It's got the big articulated biofuel buses. The bus lines, the fire engines, the police, a lot of different vehicles now. You can specify what kind of vehicle, and so we've done that on this particular line. Look at some of the other ones. I feel like the brown line should be something similar now. Let's go see what we got here. Yeah, so biofuel bus, but that's, you know, it doesn't have the biggest capacity. So let's get up to articulated biofuel bus. Right there, 75. Okay, we got all kinds of stuff here. Let's see. Commuter bus, super bendy bus, the mini bus, double-decker bus, and I think we want the articulated biofuel bus on that one. And then the purple, yeah, how about the blue? We'll just leave the blue line as is. Okay. So anyway, it'll start deploying the new buses here. As it pulls the other ones in, it'll start sending out new ones. So yeah, a lot of action all of a sudden on our bus lines and our biofuel bus station. Hey, it's good for the planet, right? Now, my only warning is if you do this kind of switch, you end up with this huge traffic jam. All the older buses you were using have to come back to the depot and park. The new ones go out, and so you have a bit of a cluster for a little while until things get straightened out. I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully it doesn't delay your trip. Look at all this. Sorry about that. Well, we've got, you know, articulated buses, biofuel buses, garbage trucks. Sorry, recycling. All right, well they'll get that straightened out. Let's take a look at our tram lines now. So we basically have this sort of blue line that goes up to Old Silvertown, and I'll show you the route it makes. It's kind of interesting. It comes up this way, stops in front of City Hall and this train station, and then works its way around through all of these stops. The issue is when you have a tram like this, especially with this long route, the people going this way, no problem. But anybody going the opposite direction, you would have to take the tram all the way back here to the tram park and then go out again. So most people aren't going to do that. And the answer is going to be another tram line, okay, different color, that goes the opposite way. Kind of want to do it right on the same sort of spot, but It's a little tricky that way. Okay, so looks like we did that. We started the tram line. Then we're going to go all the way up here to, and I think what we're going to do is we can either put it right in the same location or a different one. I don't particularly have a preference. You just end up with this huge crowd and sometimes a long line of trams. Depends how it works out. But we'll do it there for now. Then we're going to go over here, and instead of going the direction this other one did, we're going to go the opposite direction so that people have a choice. And we're just going to go down, and every time we see a stop, we're going to add another one, go in the opposite direction. And this should really make a difference in terms of just traffic flow and satisfaction, the whole thing. I don't know that we need one there. We'll see.
Now we be descendants from Mandela, crewman, soldier man like Sankara, continent with flag colors na Ankara, Serengeti,
by the library and the university. There like that. And then we end up here in front of City Hall again. And then all the way back to the tram park. Okay. And we want this one to be a different color, obviously. Let's see what we got here. Tram, capacity 90. All kinds of different trams. 70, 72, 105, 132, 140. Let's see, let's try that 140. See what that looks like. But that's a beast. And then let's get down to the color here. The other one's blue. Let's go with yellow. And I suggest we go over here to this one. And let's up this to 100%. It's just getting a lot of traffic. We're trying to get those vehicles off that street. And let's up this to the 140 size as well. So we're just going to have this huge cluster of trams here in just a minute. There's a lot of different choices here. But yeah, let's go for those. Okay. Let's go see it. Look at the tram. Look at the tram park. Wow. Look how long those trams are. Wow. Wow, that carries a lot of passengers. Those are big. Those are big. Okay. All right. Well, this is going to take a while to sort itself out. This is a lot of changes to our transportation system, definitely. But you want to get this done now. We're about to add in a whole other section of buildings for our pedestrian area, and got a little surprise for you next time for what we're going to do here. Going into this area right here. Okay. This turned out rather well. Okay. Very nice. Congratulations. We just hit 17,000. Alright, so we can get another loan. Some new buildings coming in here. Let's see, is there anything interesting? Baseball park. Transfer facility. We don't use that. Yeah, a few new things. Not a whole lot, but it's nice to reach a new milestone. Yeah. All kinds of good stuff. Okay. Looks like we're doing all the right moves at Silver Shores. Well, this is a huge line of trams. What a great idea that was, huh? Make them bigger. Yay! Well, this would be a good time to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Darling Mellow at darlingmellow.com. I'm just going to let you go check it out for yourselves. Every day there are new gifts and cool little items that they're adding over there. Check it out, darlingmellow.com. I don't need to sell it any harder than that. Just go take a look. It can carry its own. And if you'd like to support Four Cities, just buy some of our music. Head over to my421.com and pick up a copy of Experiment 240 right off Apple iTunes. You'll really enjoy it. I promise.
Splendor move their bodies to the sound of drummers.
Well, I guess we'll let this kind of work itself out for a while. Kind of get through these trams in the tram park. We're definitely going to improve our traffic situation with this all, because if you look up here, you know, all of these are going to come through town and just make it so much easier not to use your car, okay? And if we can get some of these people out of these tram stops, look at the line here. Look at that. Yeah. People want to ride the tram. It's just easier. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Look at this. Look at this over here. That's a lot of robots waiting for the tram, okay? So hopefully some of these changes are going to help out. Thanks very much for joining us here at 4 Cities while we spruce up our transportation network a little bit. I think it's going to make a big difference in traffic flow, and just, I think, the increased size of our tram network and the reorganization of our bus network is going to really help out, especially as we go into the expansion that's coming up here in the next couple of episodes. Hope you come back and join us. Thanks again. 4 Cities with 421.
It was all a dream, it was all a scene, it was just a feeling, it was from within. My heart was locked and you had the pin. Heartbreak, they scare me like Jaja beans. Can't live without you, can't live to doubt you. I will ignite you, fire inside you. It is my plan to be your only man. We can come as one if you understand.
Who be that when you shine like a morning star? Beat of a heart, now my need only go down, down. Malomo yima makongo wega, malomo yima makongo.
Now we be artists. We feel really see beyond this. This ain't really for them novice. Now regular we for office. Kinki shanka antinin, konin saying jumri matiri. Ayen yaya, kiwo, shatiri. Yir one is a shade, can't fit it. You can smell the. As time flies by, I'ma grow this magic, take it up a notch, another lowly average. My mind is in tune with my body language. It speaks of sand dunes and distant planets. I'm high of my own supply. With the fish done define, I inside janga rice. With the beans done define, I inside cup of chai. The way my skin define, I just feel alive. From up far north to the grassy south. Sit back, relax as you enjoy the ride.
Silver Shores. 4 Cities.
These are my mistakes. It is my correction, wrong frequencies, a wild connection. I move to end such immense disorder, but it's all a plan. This is my euphoria. My euphoria.